Okay, so we have a few sets of problems given to us here where we are required to find the coldest and the hottest by comparing between two numbers. So as we know, on a number line, all the values on the right hand side are positive and all the values on the left hand side would be negative values. Okay, so just to give you a rough estimation of what we are trying to calculate, if we were to compare minus 5 with 5, we can say that minus 5 is the coldest position, and it progressively starts to get warmer as it moves down here until we get to 5. And when we compare minus 5 with 5, we can say minus 5 is the coldest of the two numbers. And when we're comparing minus 5 with 5 and trying to find the hottest value, we can say that minus 5 is hot, and as it progressively moves towards the right hand side, it starts getting warmer until we can say that 5 is the hottest value of the two numbers. So now if you were to take the first two numbers, minus 12 and 15, and draw them on a number line, we can see that we are moving towards the left hand side. So we start with 0, minus 1, minus 2, so on, until we have minus 12, and then we have minus 15. And now because we're trying to find the coldest value, we can say this would be the coldest. So in this case, minus 15 is the answer. When we're comparing 13 and 45, we are moving towards the right hand side. So in this case, this end is the coldest. So you can say 13 is the coldest of the two numbers. Now in this case, we are again moving towards the left hand side. So in this case, this end is the coldest. So minus 1.5 would be coldest of the two numbers. Again, in this equation, we are moving towards the left hand side. So this position is the coldest. So you can say minus 49 in this case is the coldest position of these two numbers. Now when you're trying to find the hottest number of the two numbers here, we can say this end would be the hottest. So as we move progressively towards that side, which is the right hand side, start with 0, 1, 2 and so on, you can see 54 would be the hottest. And when we're comparing 13 and 45, again we're moving towards the right hand side. So it starts with 0, 1, 2 and so on until we have 13, and then we have 45. So we can say 45 is the hottest. When we're comparing minus 1.5 and minus 1.7, we are actually moving towards the left hand side. Okay, so in this case, again, this end is the hottest. So we can say minus 1.5, and we have minus 1.7. So as minus 1.5 is closer towards the hottest value, you can say minus 1.5 is the hottest. Again, in the remaining two numbers, we are moving towards the left hand side, and this end we know is the hottest. And so we start with 0, minus 1, so on until we have minus 29, and then we keep moving down until we get to minus 37. And we know that this end is the hot end and this end is the hottest end. So we simply know that minus 29 comes in first. So this would be the hottest value.